Welcome to Chef K's Kitchen. I'm Chef K, and I like to do what I call take your taste buds traveling. I'm going to take you through the rolling hills today in Tuscany. A little taste of Tuscany. Some beautiful crostini, some lovely homemade ravioli, chicken, smoked chicken, flavors, layering them, cooking fresh. I grew up in Italy. That's where I developed the passion for the palate. Those Italians, they're passionate about their food. A lot of love, a lot of fresh ingredients, and the mamas and the grandmas taught me how to do it. A few years ago, in 2012, I wrote my first book, Fat Taste, Little Fat. And I love to share my ideas on how to make food easy for you to enjoy and still be healthy. I also have a couple books out. Chef K Goes to Yorktown, if you know historic Yorktown. So you can check those out on Amazon. Anyway, come take your taste buds traveling with me now, and let's go. So today, we're going to take your taste buds traveling, as I like to call it, to Tuscany. We're going to do a little taste of Tuscany, starting off with two crostinis. That's a famous dish that everybody has to have. If you get over to Florence, Italy, you're going to want to try the crostinis. I'm going to do two. One of them I kind of created as I call the Italian version of a BLT. We're going to do a little pancetta, some tomato. I'm going to show you how to do a garlic and lemon aioli that's going to go on there, and then we're going to top it with a beautiful little fresh basil. It's going to be amazing. Then we're going to do porcini crostini. Then we're going to take down, do some garlic, some white wine. We always like to cook with a little wine. And then we're going to let that reduce down and get some nice flavors in there. So the first thing we're going to do is I like to show my K-hacks. And we're going to peel some of this garlic here. One of the things that people are like, I'm trying to peel the garlic. It's so simple. Some people still just don't know. Just press that down. You see how you do that? And then you just pull that right off. And it does it really easily. Well, let me press it again. And just pull it right off. There you go. And there it is. It's already ready to chop. And then we do another couple of those, and we're going to get that ready. I'm going to chop this garlic up, and then we're going to start cooking off. So we just give it a nice fine chop on that, get that ready for our mushrooms, and we're ready to get cooking. So we've got our garlic ready, we've got our mushrooms ready, we're going to do a little butter, we're going to do the white wine, we're going to put that together, we're going to put the pancetta on, and we're going to get started on cooking that right now. Here we go. So we're going to put together and start cooking this crostini. I'm going to start off with my pancetta. I'm going to dump that in here. Oh, there's the sizzle we like to hear. Very nice. And I'm just going to get a little spatula here, start cooking that up. We're just going to kind of brown that. And while we're doing that, I've also got this skillet ready to put in a little butter. Oh yeah. And a little olive oil. And then we're gonna bring in our garlic. Loving some garlic, baby, yeah. All right, we're gonna stir that up just a little bit. Get a little bit of that. And if you want to, you're making both these crostinis. You know, you're kind of doing the pancetta. Just share it over here with this. We're gonna throw in our white wine. There's what we like to hear. Huh? All right. We're gonna kick that down just a little bit. And then we're gonna bring in our mushrooms. These are our porcini mushrooms, or little baby, you can do the baby bellas, creminis. We're gonna cook these down. We're gonna let these simmer in that wine. Look at all that. Oh man, is your mouth watering? My mouth's watering. So here we go. We've got this pancetta going. We've got everything cooking up. We're also gonna pop in our baguette in the broiler. This all comes together really nice and easy. And then I'm gonna show you how we wanna assemble it. So we just brush this with a little bit of olive oil. And I don't know if you guys know, but I love these new silicone brushes. They are so nice. Oh my gosh. They're one of my new kitchen. I have all kinds of my kitchen toys, I call it. This is definitely one of them that makes life a lot easier for us. So we're gonna brush all of those. We're gonna put in a little bit of salt while this is simmering down. And see, now that's got nice low, slow. That's gonna reduce. Get in there, and that wine's gonna be talking to that garlic. That garlic's gonna be talking to those mushrooms, and you're gonna get some fantabulous yummaliciousness. All right, taste buds traveling. Here we go. I'm gonna continue to get this in, and then we're gonna pop it in the oven, and we're gonna make, for the appetizer for this meal, we're gonna do both of these styles of crostini, and then I'm gonna show you how we're gonna bring an entree to it. So let's pop this in under the broiler. Get it toasting. You might want to leave your door cracked just a little bit like that. We're going to crisp this up, and then we're going to assemble it all together. It's going to be delicious. One last thing we want to bring to this is a little bit of lemon juice. I like to just bring a little acidity to that. You did get the white wine, but a nice little touch of lemon juice in there brings a little more of a pop. The Italians are loving lemons. They're always cooking with citrus, and I love doing that too. You gotta rock and roll with the citrus. So let's get this all fired up, and then we're gonna assemble it. Mangia, mangia. So we've got those mushrooms simmered down. We're cooking off that pancetta, and now I'm about to show you the mind blower. We're gonna make a lemon and garlic aioli, and we're gonna put it together so quick, so easy, it's gonna make you go, what in the world? Once you had this kind of mayonnaise, this is what the mamas and the grandmas showed me in Italy. Showed me how to do this so easy. 1 egg. Simple, simple, simple ingredients. One thing the Italians do is they cook fresh and they cook simple. And that is then, when you taste it though, you feel the love in there. That's what's behind it. And that's what I try to put in there, a lot of my heart, a lot of my love. So we're gonna do the pinch of salt. We're gonna do half a lemon, the 1 egg. Very good, half of juice of lemon. And then we're just gonna pour in 1 cup of olive oil. Use the EVOO. Use the light tasting olive oil if you can, and that actually makes it really nice, light flavor, because we're gonna use this as something that you're eating as almost like a mayonnaise, like I said. So we're just gonna put our magic wand, as I call it, in here, and you ready? It's gonna thicken up to make our aioli. Oh yeah. And there it is. So we've got this beautiful aioli. So we've got our base to our aioli. This is like the kind of like more creamier, I call it, kind of mayonnaise, more than what you would notice that you have over here in Europe, like, or in Italy. They have the creamier one, not the jarred kind of jelly, I call it, looking stuff. My grandma had it one time, and I was like, that's not mayonnaise. That's not what I saw in Italy. So then we put a little more salt in there. We have our roasted garlic. Ugh. Oh man, I wish you could smell all that. I like to make it lots and lots of garlic. Add it in there. We're gonna stir in some more lemon juice. Fresh lemon juice. And it's gonna make it just a little bit thinner, but that's fine. We're putting it on this crostini and it's gonna be delicious. So we've got that ready to go. We just continue to mix it. Now let's say that you have some of this left. Another K-hack. You can do this right in a mason jar if you have it, and you can actually put it in there, cover it tightly, and it'll keep it for another week or so. So you can have fresh mayo, make a BLT, make any of those that you want to make. Use it for anything. I actually even dip some shrimp in there, that garlic aioli. Oh man, sauteed shrimp. So you're gonna be able to do that deliciously. So we've got this put together. Now we're gonna assemble our mushrooms should be done, and we'll assemble our baguette and our crostinis, 2 types for appetizer. Mangia, mangia, mangia. Let's do it. So now it's time to assemble our Yomaliciousness here. So we're gonna start out with what I call, like I said, my BLT. We're gonna put a little bit of that aioli, that beautiful garlic aioli. We've got our toasted baguette. Look at that going on there. I'm gonna do just 2 or 3 pieces here, get them rolling for you. Get that nice freshness on there. Remember how all these ingredients are fresh, so we wanna make sure you're doing that all along. Here we go. Put that together. Another one here. We're about to taste these. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so excited. I know you guys are too, right? So anyway, we're gonna put those 3 there, and I'm gonna start with my pancetta. We're gonna put a little bit of that. That's the Italian style bacon, and we're gonna put that on there. That's where we're gonna bring that nice saltiness to that beautiful garlic aioli, blending all these flavors. The one big thing about cooking all of this is you're layering those flavors. You're getting that lemony, garlicky, you're getting that saltiness of the bacon, and then we're gonna bring the freshness, the fresh of the tomato right on here. Chopped tomato, there we go. Put that right on top. Okay, see this? Oh my goodness gracious, I can't stand it. I'm getting awfully excited again. So here we go. Then we're gonna finish it off with some beautiful julienne basil. And this is gonna be a nice, the basil almost has a little bit of, and you've got a little arugula here, you can put that in there, almost gives a peppery flavor to it, gives that next flavor that you wanna bring that finish. So one whole bite here just goes like, And then you wanna put the right Pinot Grigio with it, take a bite, take a sip of that wine, and let it make harmony in your mouth, baby. That's what we wanna do. So let's put our next one together. This is our crostini porcini. So we got our mushrooms. Remember, we cooked those down with the white wine. We got those put together. We're gonna put those on there. And then we've We've got a nice baguette sitting here. We've got to put that on there. Top it with those mushrooms. It's looking good, looking good. We'll layer those flavors too. These are two very different flavors that you're gonna get. And for your appetizers, we're gonna have some friends over and everybody comes in. Like I said, you wanna do a wine party, you wanna do something like that, bring in a lot of fun. We're gonna bring in a little bit of Parmesan cheese, nice grated fresh Parmesan, just to give it a little saltiness to that. And that brings a little pop to it with some lemon zest and some fresh lemon. Here we go, a little bit of Parmesan, and then here goes my lemon zest. Another one of these. Back in the day, you had to like take one of those old zesters. This is like the way to go now. It's so nice and easy. Just pop that on there. Look at that zest. That really brings the oils of the skin of the lemon, really brings that flavor out. And then I'm just gonna hit it with just a touch of the lemon juice. Just a touch, don't overpower it because those mushrooms have already soaked up the good flavor. So just a drizzle like that, and there you go. Are you guys ready to taste this? I know I am. Look at that. There you've got it. We've got some crostini that we're going to start off with. And while we're enjoying that crostini, then I'm going to show you how we're going to make some smoked chicken ravioli with roasted red pepper. I'm going to show you how to make that with a truffle butter sauce, Parmesan on top. Let's do it. So now we're gonna put together our entree. I'm still traveling that taste of Tuscany, but today we're gonna put together ravioli. But I'm gonna show you again, whoosh, those K-hacks of how we can make it super easy. So when you're coming home, you're tired, you don't have to come home and make fresh pasta. I know it's amazing, but also you don't wanna have to use that ravioli that you buy. You can still put together what you want with your flavors. And it's really easy. One of our tricks is we can get these in any local grocery store, right in the produce section. They're the wonton wrappers. You can actually make wontons with them, but they make fantastic ravioli because again, they're just a thin sheet of pasta. So that's basically what we're gonna use them for. So we put a few of those together. One thing that you wanna make sure you're doing is as I'm assembling here, once I get laid out what I want, we put a little damp paper towel over the unused pieces until we're back to ready to assemble those. Because that way it keeps it, kind of damp and doesn't dry out your pasta while you're making stuff. So we're gonna put together several of them. And what I want to do is we're going to lay the bottom sheet down. We're going to stuff that, and we're doing a smoked chicken roasted red pepper ravioli with a black truffle and Parmesan sauce. The black truffle Parmesan sauce is so delicate that you don't want to go too heavy on these roasted red peppers with the chicken. Now, you can stop and pick up one of those rotisserie chickens if you want, or you can get smoked chicken in your deli, but make sure that you're getting the chicken breast, so that gets you that nice white meat and that good flavor. So we're going to put these together. And growing up in Italy, like I said, it's one of my favorite things is that they always cooked with fresh ingredients, and they still do. I mean, it was the fun thing to go to the market with my mom. Sometimes when I was a young kid, I didn't always think it was fun because I was like the one that had to pack all the veggies home from the piazza. But that's what happens. So I did. But we always got fresh kilos of vegetables. You would go to, at the time I was over there, that's even the time you would actually go to the masticceria and buy your meat fresh right there. You go to the sausage maker, you go to the cheese maker, and you just went to each little area and purchased everything and then go home and put together a fantastic meal. The mamas and the grandmas, one of my best friends, every morning the mama and grandma are up making fresh pasta sauce that would just set on the burner, and they would do it with fresh tomatoes and the garlic and break down the marinara, and it would just cook all day. And then when we come home from school, of course the first thing we would attack is the bread, breaking it and dipping it in sauce and having a conversation, and oh my goodness gracious, just eating like crazy. But it's one of my favorite things with all of that. So we're gonna put this chicken in here, and we have to layer it in. Now you don't want to get too much. It's going to be a really delicate dish, like I said, but it's going to be a great entree for you. And you can serve this up with sides. I do a little arugula salad on the side. You can do anything you want, some sauteed asparagus, any of that. Just make sure you're just, again, what I always say, layer those flavors. So that's what we're doing now. So you've got this chicken. We're gonna bring that in. A little bit of the roasted red pepper. We're just dolloping a little bit of that in. That's gonna bring a nice little bite to it and give it some fresh flavor. Look at that, we're just drizzling that in. And one of the other things in Italy is the grandmas and the mamas, they never throw anything away. There's another time that I get to come back and visit with you guys. I want to show you how to do what we call arancini. That's an amazing dish too. So they never really throw things away. What they do is repurpose things. So like this is a fun dish that if you've already roasted a chicken on Sunday, let's say, then you take that leftover chicken and you make this on Monday. What a way to do a repurpose of it and make it just a completely different dish, right? So we want to put that together like that. Then we're going to have a little bit of water right here. And we just kind of take our fingers and we want to go around each edge. And you want to just kind of get it damp because you're going to put your other piece on top. You don't want to get too much, but you just want to get just a little bit of dampness in there. Go around all edges because we're going to press that down and make that work. Now, you can do this with any ingredient. I'm doing this today with the smoked chicken. Let's say that you want to do, let's say you're a vegetarian. How about a little sauteed mushroom? Put that together in there, a little bit of garlic, like almost like what we made for the crostini. You can take that and do a stuffed mushroom. You know what? You made lobster. You got some leftover lobster. Chop that lobster up, put a little garlic in there, just a little bit of sauce you can make for it, or remoulade. Put that in your ravioli. There's so many ways to go. So you just want to make this today. This is what we're doing with our smoked chicken. And you can do any sauce with it as well. If you want to do a crema sauce, and you do that other, like a little bit of cream and more heavy Parmesan, you can do that. So we're going to place this on top and just put that. And what we want to do is make sure we're kind of pressing that through and get those air bubbles out of there. Get that kind of placed in and get that really pressed together. And see how that's kind of putting this, oh yeah, nice. And each one is going to get a topping. So we're just going to lay that in. Put it right on top of there. Look at that. Oh my goodness. There we go. And pressing it in, get those air bubbles out. Now, I know not everybody can run to Italy, and that's why it's my turn and my day to take you there with your taste buds. Like I said, I like to do all kinds of places. Even though I did grow up in Italy, I cook from everywhere, and that's what I'm hoping to take your taste buds traveling each time I see you. So we want to make sure that we can take you to Ireland. I love to cook all different kinds of foods, and I get into it. One thing people say, chef, really what got you into it was the Italian food, and it was, and the fresh ingredients. But you know what? What really gets me going is I get excited to play with food. You know, kids out there, your parents told you not to play with food. Well, I say go for it because it's exciting and you can play with your flavors and make a lot of fun stuff. So we're going to put a little bit of this together and we're going to put some more tops on while we get that. And then I'm going to show you how we're going to cut these pieces to look like the pasta with a little bit of a pasta cutter to look like fantastic ravioli. So as I'm finishing this up, I want to tell you one of my favorite stories. I told you I was like my mom's, you know, the pack mule carrying everything for her and the backpacks, and we would have all these and we had to take the bus. And one of my mom's favorite stories to tell is that we would go on the bus and we would be so loaded up. Well, we lived in very curvy roads. The Italian roads were like as wide as my kitchen almost. And they try to take a big bus on that, plus cars are trying to pass, everything's happening, and they're winding around these curves. Well, it's a little bit crazy. So one time, and of course we're Americans living over there, and the Italians were usually like those crazy American ladies, and they called us the Biondis. But one time I had everything loaded, took a big curve, I fell off on my back, just like a turtle in the shell. I had a backpack full of veggies and I couldn't get up, and my mom's just laughing and I'm going, Mom, help me. And all the Italians are just looking at me like, Americans, I swear. But it was funny. My mom loves to tell that story. But we really did have a lot of fun memories with staying over there. And that's what I do. I try to get back and visit as much as I can. And I love to go over and taste the flavors. If you ever get a chance to actually take the trip, go to Firenze and try that crostini that I was telling you about. There's also the bistecca. They have the wild boar ragu there in the Tuscany area. They have all these fresh ravioli that are so fun. You just want to make sure that it's so easy easy nowadays to look up what is the most famous dish for the region that you're in. Try it out. Let your taste buds, do a little traveling. Go outside the box. I know sometimes people say anchovies. Oh no, I would never try those, but do try it. They're fantastic. And in Italy, they're super fresh right off the boat. They're a little different than what you get here. So you want to make sure that you're trying all that out. Don't let it pass you by. And of course, all the good wines over there to match up with it. I mean, I love to have wine. I always cook with wine. Sometimes I actually put it in the food, as you saw today. So we're going to put this together. We're doing our last pieces here. And this is going to make a nice dish for you to finish off after you've had that crostini. You have those two types. You've had that nice lightness. You're getting ready for your entree. We're going to put this truffle sauce together, and that is going to be like just beautiful with the garlic truffle. Last two pieces. Now, you don't want to, you probably saw I didn't really add any salt to it. That's good. Don't worry about that, because this you want to stay light, because we're going to do a Parmesan cheese in that almost like Alfredo truffle sauce. So that's going to be salty, so you don't want to worry about salting your chicken or using that, okay? So just make sure you don't go too crazy with that. Just make this the light flavors and put it together like so. Then we're going to cut them down. All right. One more piece to go, ready to roll, and then we're going to show you how we cut these to make them cute and always eye appealing. I always say that you eat with your eyes first, right? Well, of course, you're smelling it too. So you're smelling that smell, that's coming out of the kitchen, then you see it, oh my goodness gracious, and you do all that tasting through all the senses before you actually get it to your mouth. So here we go. Look at that. Beautiful, ready to go. We just take a little pasta cutter, and we've made sure that we've pressed that down so it stays together. You just want to go along the edge and pull that away, and it just makes that nice little ravioli. Just kind of roll it in there. You don't have to worry about being straight up the edge, straight. That's what a machine does. That's what you're getting away from. You're not the machine. You've got, look at that. Homemade ravioli. Oh my goodness. That is what I'm talking about. So now we're going to put a little bit of that, cut these edges away. We're going to do each one of these. We're going to have our pasta water boiling. We're also going to put just a touch of sea salt in our pasta water, and not too much, like I said, because we're going to make that sauce. So we want to keep it light, and we don't want to get too salty. We're going to cut each one of these. And then what you want to do after you've made the different raviolis, whatever you're going for, you've got these, you pick your sauce. Today we're doing the truffle Parmesan. We're going to always think of what makes it pop. A lot of times people make the sauce, you're going to make this cheese sauce, this Alfredo, but you're looking for something. Somebody will take a bite of that, and you're like, it's missing something. So what we're going to do is once we get this dish together, we put a little of that parsley on there. And again, the Italians always use the acidity. You get that lemon, that fresh lemon in there, and that really will pop that out, and it makes that sauce really blend for you. All right, here we go. We're going to cut these down. We're almost done. Now, if you're going to be a little while before you are able to cook this, and you've got a group coming over and you want to do it ahead of time, it's fine to just go ahead and take it. And you see how I've got these pieces on a damp paper towel. You can just set your ravioli. You don't want it too damp once you've made it, because it's okay if it dries out a little bit because you've got it put together and it's ready to go. But if you're going to be a little bit, you might want to put it on just a tray or something and set it aside. And that way you can get it really grooving out, and we'll be ready to cook this up. Look how nice this is getting together. This is going to be beautiful on a plate. People are going to come in, be ready to eat. You got your house guests coming, or you're just doing this for you at night, doing it for the family, all the way. Either way you look at it, simple, easy. That's why I like doing fresh ingredients. Absolutely. If you have a spider, as I call it, we actually use that. I can show you what that looks like. This is one of these guys. We're going to do it when we bring it in, because these are so delicate, you're going to want to drop them down in there, which I'll show you once we get our water boiling. So we want to make sure that we take it nice and slow and easy. These are fresh, so what people don't realize with the fresh pasta is it doesn't need a lot of time to cook. It's going to actually cook in just about a minute or two, because you're really just getting just a light boil on it. So it softens it up and gets it ready to take in that sauce. Now, when you're making other dishes and you want to do the sides for it, always try to think what complements your main dish. And like I said, so you're keeping such delicate flavors for this. So the arugula salad just on the side will make a really nice, just kind of peppery flavor to it, balances with the sauce. But if you want to go a little more into it, asparagus makes a beautiful flavor to go along with this, because you get that truffle and that really nice, fun flavor. And then you bring in that asparagus. Another one, the Italians are really good about green beans. They use those, and we do sometimes green beans Stefano, where I add a little fresh tomato to them and saute the green beans. One big thing, another, is when I'm cooking with vegetables, I like to use fresh vegetables. We don't use the frozen as much, we don't use any of that. We go with the fresh, and we just do a saute in a skillet and get a lot of cooking on there with the garlic, and then saute them up and get them soft. And then I like them al dente. So you want to make sure any of that, like that, your veggies, you want to not overcook them and get them too mushy. Well, look, we've got them together, ready to put them in our water. Look at these beautiful little ravioli. I'm just saying, are you ready to eat these? I know I am. Look at that. So we've got our boiling water getting ready to get set, but first we're gonna put together our sauce, that truffle butter sauce. We're gonna start off with a little regular butter, and then we're gonna bring in, now you can use white truffle or black truffle. Today, I've got a little black truffle. So put a little, and you can find that at your like gourmet grocery stores. You can find it at a lot of just regular like Whole Foods or Trader Joe's, any of those stores like that as well. So simple, easy. A little bit of garlic we're gonna put in there. And we're gonna melt that butter down. Now, the trick to this sauce is you wanna make sure you're gonna keep whisking once we start throwing everything in here, okay? So we're gonna get our cheese. We're gonna put that cheese in here. This is just our fresh grated Parmesan. Stir it up a little bit. We want our cream to be at least room temperature. It's fine if you actually want to warm it a little bit, but don't go out of control with it. We want to turn this burner up a little bit and get a little more fire on there. And so we've got that cheese thickening up. We're going to start pouring that cream in there. Yeah, see how it's getting that? And we want to drizzle that cream in there. And we're going to add a little more cheese as we keep going. So we just want to make sure you're keeping that constantly whisking so it doesn't clump up on you, because we're going to get that smooth, beautiful flavor out of that. Roasted garlic, regular chopped garlic, either one you want to use. If you want to roast it, if you want to just chop it, you can do it either way. But make sure you get that saute on there. Now we're going to bring a little more cheese to the party. And we're going to keep stirring that. See how it's starting to smooth out there? Oh my goodness, that is like one of my favorite things. We're gonna put that together. We're gonna add just a little touch more of the truffle butter. We'll just add it just a little bit to it. And then we're gonna bring in that lemon juice to do what? Pop it, right? We're gonna just turn it down a little bit and let it go ahead and keep simmering. It's almost there. It's looking beautiful. Like I said, we're gonna add just a little bit more of the truffle butter. Stir that in just because we want to get that flavor in there. And that's the way to put it. Put it together, go. Yeah. All right, we're almost there for that. We're trying to get our water going here, get a good boil on that. Once we've got that boiling, we're gonna put all this together to make a yum-alicious dish. Manja, manja, manja. Tuscany, baby. So now we finished up the sauce. It's looking beautiful, silky, and ready to go on that pasta. Now it's time to cook our pasta, which is gonna be really quick. So we're just gonna take it, we've got our water, we've had it boiling. Take our pasta, and be like I said, it's fresh, so it's really delicate. We're gonna take our spider. If you don't have one of these, it's really easy to find one in any local store. They're easy to pick up with a cooking store, and they're not expensive. So you can just go ahead and just drop your pasta in. And it's gonna be in that boiling water, and you wanna give these guys about a minute or two in the boiling water just to kind of cook that pasta just a little bit. Like I said, remember, this is fresh, so it's not gonna take long. Drop it in there. And if you have a smaller pot, you might wanna do just a couple of batches at a time, do a serving or two at a time, and then put them on your plates and get ready. You can always just whisk your sauce up, heat it up, and put it ready for everybody. You see how we're getting that? And what's gonna happen is, one thing I always tell everybody is you kind of watch them. They're gonna float a little bit. once they get completely cooked, they are gonna float to the surface really good. And you can tell that they're limp and they're ready to eat. They're ready and nice and soft and tender and just delicate in your mouth. With that sauce, with that truffle, it's all delicate today. So we're gonna bring the flavors, layer those in. We've got the chicken, we got the roasted red pepper, we've got the pasta that's gonna bring a nice just layer of the texture to it, and then we're gonna finish it with that sauce, a little bit of the lemon, and then some zest, and then a little bit of parsley. I mean, just how fresh can you get? And you're just ready for that. Look at that. So now we're about to pull this out. I'm gonna show you how we'll get a piece here. Get a couple of those pieces. See how that's nice? It's almost transparent. It's almost ready to go. We've got our bowl here. And I'm gonna go ahead, plop those in there. And then we're gonna bring it over, plate it up, and sauce it up. I'm gonna show you how we're gonna finish this off to make the yum-alicious dish of this beautiful ravioli, homemade. It's so easy, right? You can do this. Remember, do try it at home. Allora, buongiorno a tutti. It's time to mangiamo. So let's put this together with the ravioli, that chicken ravioli. We're laying that in. Look at that beautiful dish. We're gonna bring this over here, get our spoon. We've got our sauce, and we're just gonna put a nice little bit over. We're gonna drizzle that sauce right over our pasta. Eccola qua. Che buonissimo, eh? Okay. That is gorgeous. And like I said, you're gonna have just that nice light flavor. You're gonna bring that to the party. We're gonna put together just a little bit of lemon juice on there. Remember what I said? We're gonna get that pop with that a little bit. We're gonna bring in some fresh parsley just to bring a nice color. It also adds a little flavor to it. You can use the flat leaf, you can use the curly, you can do whatever you want. It's your palate, you please your palate. So I'm gonna finish that up, and we're gonna put together a little salad to go on the side. Che buonissimo, eh? Guarda. Allora, a little arugula. Just toss that with a little bit of lemon juice and olive oil, make it nice and light. Bring in a little pomodoro. Put those on. This just gives you a nice palate cleanser. Now in Europe and Italy, what they actually do is often they'll have their prima and have this dish, and then they finish with the salad to cleanse the palate a little bit. So we've put together the ravioli, we put together the two types of crostini, we've got the arugula and pomodoro salad. Oh, mangiamo tutti! Che buonissimo! Let's do this. Next time I'm gonna play with you and we'll do some more dishes, have some fun. Allora, so we showed you how to make those beautiful Italian dishes, the crostini 2 ways, the ravioli. We got your taste buds traveling. You're enjoying that. Put that together nice and easy. It's gonna be so good. The family will enjoy it. Have the friends over for dinner. Remember the right wine too, so you wanna put all that together. Find me on chefkcooking.com. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Chef K Cooking. Come check it out. Plus, I'm gonna take your taste buds traveling next time. Winter is right around the corner, so I love a good soup. Let's head to Ireland, maybe an Irish stew. Have some fun with that. A different kind of couple of hearty soups that we can enjoy. Buongiorno, remember what I always do say, do try this at home.